Hello everyone, and welcome to Moon Meditations, where every new moon and full moon we pause to honor the passage of time, connect with the moon, and use astrology as a little lens into our lives and our meditation practice. Thank you for joining me for this new moon in Taurus. There's a few things going on with the new moon in Taurus, and obviously having such a massive shared experience right now. The astrology that's coming out of it is a lot about kind of our personal experience in the context of a collective experience, and especially with the new moon in Taurus falling on Earth Day today. Happy Earth Day to everyone. I hope you got a chance to connect with nature in some way. If you haven't yet today, maybe after this meditation, you can take a moment to step outside and either look at the stars or look at new tree growth that's coming in, just connecting with nature in some way. But back to new moon in Taurus on Earth Day, I really feel like what the focus is right now is our individual experience in the context of a collective experience, and that's what all kind of the astrology I'm seeing is saying. Asking us how we can build stability and resilience in ourselves, and then step into the world with strength and compassion. And obviously not physically stepping into the world. I hope you're staying home and staying safe, but bringing yourself to the collective experience with compassion and empathy, resilience and strength. So that's what we're going to be focusing on today. I wanted to add as well that with the moon square to Saturn, I believe that's true. I'm new to astrology, I'm still working it out. But a focus on inner stability in the context of turbulent times and trusting ourselves and our instincts and our gut reaction as best we can, and tapping into what our body is trying to tell us we need right now, so that we can step into the world with some confidence and strength and resilience. So you probably didn't need astrology to tell you all that. There's a lot going on, but that's where we're at. So for today's meditation, I wanted to practice a loving compassion meditation. It's really simple. We're going to send some love and compassion to ourselves and then out into the world. So at this time, I'd like you to get comfortable. You can do this in a seated position. You can be in a reclining position, however is comfortable for you. Just moving into a comfortable space now. And I'll ask you to either close your eyes or soften your gaze. Remind you that you are the expert of your body. You know what's best for you. And I'm not there to kind of monitor what's going on, so I'm trusting you to be that expert. Trust the signals of your body. If the meditation starts to become too much, you can open your eyes or move. But this isn't a difficult one, so hopefully everyone will feel safe and secure throughout. So just coming into our practice, allowing yourself to soften a little bit. If you're most comfortable with your eyes closed, letting them drift closed. If you're more comfortable softening your gaze, maybe finding a spot on the floor that you can look at. And allowing yourself to just come into your body. Start to notice your breath and how it moves. Maybe notice any place you're holding tension or pain. Trying to send your breath to that part of the body. And all together, breathing deeply in and exhaling out, letting yourself relax completely. And on your next inhale, turning your attention to just below your sternum, that central part of your torso. Imagining that there's a white light there. Maybe it starts very, very small, just a flicker. But as you inhale, noticing it growing stronger, brighter, bigger. And breathing in, allowing that light to grow. And breathing out, allowing any darkness or fear or an anxiety to dissipate, move out of your body as that white light grows from the center of your chest all the way up over your shoulders, down over your hips, to the tips of your toes and the top of your head, the tips of your fingers. Taking a deep breath in and out. Allowing yourself to become completely encapsulated in a bubble of white light. Maybe there's sensation that comes with that feeling, maybe warmth or tingling. Maybe your breath has changed slightly. Just noticing what it feels like to be safe and secure, calm and comfortable. Your own personal bubble of white light. And breathing in and out. And at this point, you can make the decision to stay just in this bubble of white light for the remainder of the meditation. If that's all the energy you've got just for you, that's just okay. You can keep focusing on your breath, focusing on the sensation of relaxation, focusing on that bubble of white light. But if you'd like to, I'd like to invite you to send that white light out beyond yourself. Maybe you imagine it growing with each inhale to cover the room you're in, your household, your loved ones within your household, including any plants or animals. And breathing in and sighing out, just allowing the feeling of that white light to fill up your whole house. And those feelings of anxiety or negativity being pushed out with each exhale and with the growth of that white light. And if you'd like, inhaling once again, extending that bubble of white light to include friends and family in your community, in your neighborhood, sending them feelings of compassion, security, stability. Noticing if the sensations have changed at all in your body or your breath as you send this feeling of compassion or white light or warmth out into your community, into your loved ones. And you can stay at that level if you want to, just focusing on your breath and white light and love and compassion. But if you'd like to, on your next inhale, seeing if you can grow that big white light to include the people you don't necessarily know in your neighborhood and your community. Maybe they're strangers. Maybe they're people you've passed on the street but don't know their names. Maybe someone on the front lines that you've interacted with at the grocery store. Just sending some compassion and light to each and every one of them. And breathing deeply in and out. And eventually allowing that image of white light, that bubble of love and compassion that you've created, that you've grown with each breath. Imagining it encapsulating your entire town or city, all the people and plants, living beings there. Inhaling deeply and exhaling and pushing any of the negativity or darkness or fear out of that bubble. Not negating its existence, but just taking a few moments to put it aside and focus on filling up your town and city with love and compassion. And you're welcome to stay at this level, just focusing on your breath, any sensations that might be coming up. But if you'd like to, I'd like to invite you to extend that bubble out over the land and across the entire planet. Imagining the white light and compassion you feel spreading out from your core across the oceans, through forests and jungles and cities, covering all the living beings, plants, animals, and people, and sending those feelings of comfort, compassion, safety, and stability out to the world. Taking a deep breath in and sighing out. And we'll just spend a few moments here focusing on our breath and that sensation of sending love and compassion out into the world. And if your mind has wandered, just inviting it back to the practice, to that sensation of white light or breath. Taking a few more moments here, sending your energy out into the world. And finally, when you're ready, imagining that white light pulling back over the planet, back over the forests and jungles, back over the oceans and the land, leaving everything a little softer, a little brighter than it was before. Inhaling and pulling it back to your community, back to your neighbors and acquaintances, and those frontline workers. Inhaling again and exhaling. Imagining that white light pulling back to your home, all the beings in it. Before finally coming back to you and your body. Just taking a few moments here to notice your breath, or if any of the sensations in your body have changed. Noticing what it feels like to send compassion out into the world, but also to yourself. And one last time, breathing deeply in and sighing out, pulling that white light right into the center of your torso, knowing that you can access those feelings of compassion and security anytime you need by coming back to this practice or back to your breath. And whenever you're ready, starting to move your fingers and your toes. If your eyes have been closed, gently letting them open. Coming back into focus. And back into the room. And slowly, slowly waking up. I want to thank you all for practicing with me. Happy new moon, happy Earth Day, and blessed be. If you enjoyed this meditation, I wonder if you might consider sharing it to your network, as that goes a long way for creators, and I would appreciate it a lot. Have a good evening. Thanks for joining me.